Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. Beginning with news in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is standing by her warning to Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro that Trinidad and Tobago are off limits. In response to questions from the Express, the Prime Minister said that there has been no quote-unquote compelling evidence presented by Venezuelan officials to support their claims. No information was given to us regarding the supposed captures of Trinidadians, she said. The Prime Minister also fired back at the opposition, which had criticized her government's handling of the matter, saying it had failed to engage in diplomacy. Persad-Bissessar said her government followed proper diplomatic protocol and that there is no misstep. And I quote, "The misstep is being committed by those who support a dictatorship. It's amazing how some Trinidadians are vehemently supporting dictatorship, election fraud, and diplomatic rights violations in Venezuela, but would not scream to heavens if anything like that happened with the government in Trinidad and Tobago," she argued. The Prime Minister said that the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs dispatched diplomatic notes to Caracas from the inception of the allegations made by Maduro. Turning attention to news in Colombia. Colombia's President Gustavo Petro on Wednesday signed a decree to hold a referendum on labor reforms, an attempt to force the Senate to vote on a proposal on the matter before their session wraps up later this month. The referendum proposal seeks to limit the working day increase, the subcharge for Sunday and holiday work from 75% to 100%, and requires Social Security payments for delivery app drivers. The Senate is currently debating a modified labor reform after in May rejecting a 12-question version of the referendum in a tight 49 to 47 vote, which Petro later alleged was fraudulent. The legislature's current session ends on June 20. If the referendum were to be held, each measure would need to be approved by the majority of at least 13.5 million voters, a third of Colombia's electoral roll, to be valid. Colombia will hold legislative and presidential elections in the first half of 2026. And finally, with some sad news, more than 200 people were killed in an Air Indian plane bound for London, with 242 people on board, crashed minutes after taking off from the western city of Ahmedabad today, authorities said, in the world's worst aviation disaster in a decade. The plane came down in a residential area, crashing into a medical college hostel outside the airport during lunch hour. It was headed for Gatwick Airport, south of the British capital. City Police Chief G.S. Malik told Reuters that 204 bodies had been recovered from the crash site. But on the brighter side of things, a man survived the Air Indian crash, according to police. The flight manifest shared by authorities said the passenger in his seat was British national Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. Thanks for watching. I am Antonio Day.